name's Sharon and my channel's Budget Crafty Mama. Over the next week or so I'm going to be working through some stuff that I've been making. I've been making sets for baby shower gifts. What the set comprises of is the baby blanket, some burp cloths. So each set's got 3 burp cloths, so these are like a little shaped burp cloth for putting over your shoulder when you're winding a baby and burping them, so you don't end up with sick all down you. They can also be used as a little bit of a discreet cover when you're breastfeeding. So they've sort of got a bit of a dual purpose. So the sets have 3 of those in them. Then they have these gorgeous little dribble bibs that are shaped like a little bandana, and again each set's got 3 of those in them. And then each set will also have a set of 3 feed-in bibs. So these make great baby shower gifts for new mums. And then they will also have a little taggy cloth. These have got like the ribbons on for the babies to play with. And I've made some with some brighter coloured ribbons on. And this one, these have also got these little plastic clips on to clip it onto the push chair, and a little wooden teething ring on. So over the next sort of week or so I'm going to work through how to make all of these bits and pieces, so that you can make a complete baby shower gift. Now obviously if you haven't got time to make one or just haven't got the inclination, you can always just pop over to my website budgetcraftymama.com and purchase a set off there. Or I'm going to be putting the fabric that I've been using to make these on the website. This one's pretty cute. It's got lions and hippos and elephants and crocodiles, monkeys on it. So I'm going to be popping some of this fabric on the website, or you can go over and you can buy a complete set ready made. Today we're going to be working on making the feed bibs. So these are really cute. They come in very handy. They're backed in terry toweling. So without further ado, we'll get on with making some of them. Right, so we're going to start with making the bib. And I'm going to be using this Winceyette brushed cotton. And because this is just sort of half a pattern, I'm going to fold it in half so that I can put the pattern on the fold. You see that? I'm just going to move it up. And I'm just going to pin that down onto there. Right, this one's quite an easy one to do. I'm just going to cut around the pattern. So there you go. There's your bib done. I'm just going to take that pattern off, and then what I'm going to do is I'm using terry cloth for the back. Now you could use another Winceyette print, you could use a waterproof terry, you could use cotton, you could use anything you wanted to on this really. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put right side to right side down. I'm not going to draw around it, I'm not going to cut around it, I am just going to pop pins in all the way around. If you're a mum that's got babies, or you don't really have time to be cutting twice, so you just want to get on with it, so I just pin that on there So I'm just going to take this to the sewing machine now, and I'm just going to sew. Let me just mark with a fabric pen. I'm just going to sew from about there all the way round to this line here, and I'm just going to leave this open. That's all you need, just to turn it the right way round. So I'm just going to take that to the sewing machine now and do it. Right, so as I showed you, we've got our little marks there, our start marks. So I'm just going to start on the one, and I'm just going to work my way around. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start there. I'm just going to put the needle down. I'm just going to take a couple of stitches forward and a couple of stitches back, and then I'm just going to pivot it round, and I'm just going to sew off the edge just to make a little line of stitch in there, so that when you turn it, it automatically wants to turn under. And then I'm just going to sew around, and because this is curves, you want to sew nice and slow, and I'm in fact going to turn my sewing machine down so I can't get carried away on these curved bits. I'm just going to sew all the way around the edge. Remembering to take the pins out as we go. And as we get to this top end, we've got a lot of curves to go around, so we want to go nice and slow. You don't want to go too fast, because you don't want it going all out of shape and all warped. You just want to take your time with it. Go nice and slow. I think this is probably the fiddliest bit out of all of these little bits and pieces. Apart from mitre in the corners on the blankets, just doing this little bit here is probably the most fiddly, and I just keep stopping and starting, lifting and pivoting just to get around that corner on a nice angle. And you just want to pivot a little bit, because you obviously don't want it being sort of all sort of zigzaggy. You just want to pivot very slightly. Come round, and again we're coming around this curve now, so you want to go nice and careful, because you want a nice smooth curve. And then we're just going to go down to this other line that I've made. And again, I'm just going to back stitch a couple of stitches, come forward a couple of stitches, and then I'm just going to stitch off the edge, just so that when we do the turning it's that much easier. And then that's that. Right. So I'm just going to reposition the camera, and then I'll show you how I'm just going to trim around the edge. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the scissors and we're just going to clip all the way around the edge. I'm going to use the pinking shears, because when it comes round to this edge, you want to sort of cut in a bit into sort of V's, so that when you turn it the right way around it sits nicely, otherwise it's going to pucker. So I find it easier and quicker with the pinking shears to just cut around and cut reasonably close to my stitching, but not go over. Quite hard trying to keep this in focus. Clip all the way back up to where I started. go, and then I'm just going to clip that off there, but I've just left, as you can see, I've just left a little bit extra on that bit that we're going to be turning. So let's just get rid of all this mess. Right, and we're just going to, I like to just work my way up to the furthest point and put my thumb in, put my finger the other side of my thumb, and then I just pull it off and it will just feed it round, and then I do the same with the other one. Okay. And again I just use my chopstick to just go around. And then I just use that chopstick to just push those corners out, those points out, and around the edge of there. There we go. And as you can see, where you've stitched that, you sort of stitched out to this edge, it makes that one to just naturally turn under for you. So we're just going to get the iron out now and give that a press. I'm just going to give this a little press round here. I love this new cordless iron, it makes it so much easier. And that's that ready to top stitch, and if you can see where it's gone under, it's naturally turned under. So I'm just going to go to the sewing machine now, and I'm just going to top stitch all the way around the edge of this, and then we'll be back. Right, so we're just going to give this a little press just to get the seams to sit nicely. And then we're going to add the poppers. So on this one we're going to do some nice bright colourful ones again. So we're going to do a blue one, a green one, and let's do a nice bright yellow one again. So we want 2 females and 1 male. Yeah, so that's the way we're going to do this round. So we're going to put the first one on this side. So I'm just going to push a hole from the pattern side through to the back. And then I'm just going to put this, the smooth part, on this side and push it through. And then I'm just going to put my female part on there. And then just give that a squeeze, it'll just fix it in place. Yes, that's nicely fixed in place now. Because when you fasten this, you're going to be wanting to clip that on there. You want to do this the reverse way round, so you want to go from the back to the front with the next one. So I'm just going to poke a hole in the back to the front, make sure it's through, and then just pop it from the smooth bit on the back. Now if you wanted to, you could really mix these up and you could do a blue back with a green stub or whatever, but I just like to do them. If you just give that a squeeze, that'll fix that on. And then just decide down roughly where you want the next one. I want the next one on that sort of curve there. I'm just going to push from the back to the front, so on the reverse side, and then put the little male fitment onto there, and then again place this on here like so, give it a squeeze, and it should be fixed into place. can just test them out, that they're working. There you go. And that's your bib all finished. So you just want to make 3 or 4 of these, however many you want to add to your baby shower gift set. I usually make 3 of the feeding bibs, and I normally make 3 of the bandanas to go with them, but it's entirely up to you. You could just do 2 or 1 even. So that's that finished. So if you've liked this video, please press the like button and the share, and if you've got any questions, just add a little comment at the bottom. If you're interested in buying this set, you can just pop over to my website. I'll put a link in the bottom, in the description, so you can go over to the website and buy them. But the website's budgetcraftymama.com. So there you go. So happy sewing. Thanks for watching. Bye.